Okay, so today we're going to use the IM608 because it was left updating all night. It was about 60 updates to do on it or something like that. I haven't turned it on for a long time. So the Sharon is awaiting to be picked up. Should be picked up this afternoon. Unfortunately, there's no video for it. I already mentioned on the video for the Golf, but if that video comes out, I think we'll make into a video. The steering, the electronic power steering was changed on this, and you had ESP and other lights on. Anyway, the video today is on this 2015 Range Rover Sport. This is the, let me have a look. Yeah, Range Rover Sport, that's all it says. And the issue with this thing is apparently randomly the airbag light is coming on a dash. The tool is connected and we're gonna give it a quick scan. So ignition on, there we go. Okay, so as you can see, the light went off. Apparently this is a random issue, so I was told. So we're gonna quickly scan this and see what the airbag module is complaining about. Okay, so I know for a fact that this car has been already scanned. The owner mentioned something about a something to do with the left-hand side, passenger side airbags. I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna go quickly to the airbag module. Ooh, that's nothing to do with the seat. Well, it could be the seat airbags. Does he have airbags on the seat? Yes, he does have airbags on the seats, but this just says left airbag. So to me, this is pointing to the normal front airbags, not to the seats airbags. Let me see if there's any information here. Squeeb. Oh, these airbag squeeb for both sides. So this is just a generic sort of So will these be, how is this circuit? Will these be parallel circuits for the airbags and you have only one resistance for everything, or not sure how this is connected. Okay, deployment control 7, 18 and 3. So this is going to be different airbag systems. So let's say, for example, that one is going to be the driver's side on the steering wheel. That's going to be, for example, the passenger side. Then that would be, for example, the seats. Unless the seats deploy at the same time. And you have the curtain airbags as well. The live data is a little bit not enough, I would say. It only gives me 3. Unless, hold on, unless, I'm being silly now. Oh, actually very good. Okay. So depending on which one I select, it gives me different readings. So left airbag, I guess it's going to be, so the airbags on the passenger side, when I go to System data stream, it gives me control 6, 4 and 5. So to me that seems like it's, for example, the front airbag. For example, that airbag would be, for example, that airbag. Then that airbag would be, for example, the airbag on the seat, for example. So 3 different circuits for the left hand side. Then when I come to this side, which is the right hand side, it gives me, although in there it shows me 5 again, so maybe this is common to both, but then in there it shows me 7 and 18, so it's different airbag systems. So because it just says the left and the right, it's difficult now to see which one of them is failing. So, oh man, how are we gonna do this? Let me see the freeze frame. Let me see if that helps at all. Is this the actual time, or? Yeah, so this is the time now. (25th 11 1338). Yeah, so it actually shows me the actual time, which is not very good. I was hoping this would show me at 51 kilometers per hour. Why does it show me? I would like to see the time when that fault happened, because then I could tell if they... It's difficult to say. 25th is today, so 125 176. And then 25 176 137. So it looks like this one happened first. Now I'm wondering, was this just scanned or was anything done to it? Okay, I know it's a little bit of talking going through this, but I'm trying to understand the system. I'm trying to understand what the tool is capable of showing me, so I can then make informed decisions, if you will, before we do anything. So I'm not really sure what we're going to do now, but maybe we're just going to do some sort of quick check. Man, if that would tell me exactly which airbag that was, just says left airbag deployment control. Which one? That's going to be the same thing as the freeze frame, I think. Yeah, there we go. That's going to be the data stream. Yeah, there we go. That's about right. 2624. To 3 to 5. It's about right. Okay, let's gonna do some checks, I guess, and see if there's anything that that stands out, I'll say. So I want to show you this. I want to show you what happens when I move this seat back and forwards. See if I can replicate a bit of glare. If I can replicate what I was doing earlier. Don't let me down, you bastard. Oh, really? As I was moving this seat back and forwards, the control 6 was just going all the way up to about 4 ohms. And it's not doing it now. You had to do it. You had to do this when I'm trying to show you the problem. Really? You cheeky one. You cheeky one. Oh, damn it. Why I didn't record it when I was doing it. Now it doesn't move from where it was. Let me go on the driver's side again, see if I can replicate that. Why did I touch these cables before I record? Oh, damn it. Let me go on the other side, see if I can show you. Okay, let's gonna go on this side now. come on. Do what you're doing. You cheeky bastard. Ah, come on. What a... And he's not doing it anymore. So, ah, crap. Really? Okay guys, and it doesn't matter how hard I'm trying, I can't make this to happen again. Obviously, if I touch the plates, the plugs underneath, all he needed was, if it was a poor contact in there, all he needed as I touched it was the pin to rub inside the plug a tiny bit onto the male onto the female. Just rub a tiny bit, scratch the labia off the metal, and that's all probably needed to make a proper contact again. So by touching those plugs, I messed it up. I should have recorded while I was seeing this. Don't know why I didn't do it. Silly me. I just went in there, tried to touch it, see if I could make it worse and make the airbag light come on. But I think by touching those plugs, I just did exactly the opposite. However, on that side though, I've been thinking here, and I might be confused. I don't think it might not was control 6 on that side, and it might was control 5. I'm not 100% sure though, but one of them was definitely changing slightly. But this side, resistance 7, definitely was going all the way up to about 4.5 or 4 point something ohms, and at some point I saw a spike to about 7. I don't know what the trigger point is for the airbag light to come on, or for how long that resistance needs to stay at that reading for the airbag light to be triggered. But that's it guys, I can't make it to work now, but one thing you can see which might makes a little bit more sense and might make everything I'm saying a little bit more believable is, if you go back at the start of the video, you're going to see that deployment control 5, as you can see here, was at around 3.7 I think, or 3.8 ohms. As you can see here, and as you can see guys, since I touched those plugs, it dropped down to 2.4, and he hasn't moved ever since. Okay guys, recording again with no light. It's completely dark now pretty much. So obviously guys, I know the problem was already intermittent, and when I touched the cables, I swear for my daughters, those values was changing really up and down as I was moving the seat. Unfortunately, after I touched it, that stopped. So it could have been that obviously when I touched them, as I already explained, the pins would have moved, would have scuffed inside on the plates and would have made proper contact, and I could not replicate the problem. But I can't deliver the car like this, so I'm going to take the chance, the opportunity I would say, and what I'm going to do is so there is 3 plugs here that I think are for the airbags. So the loom is this loom here that comes from the car. I'm going to guess the other side is going to be similar. This is the main loom, and you have 1, 2, 3 plugs, okay? And my understanding, I'm hoping, is that this is going to be one of the airbags. And then we have here the seat occupancy sensor, which is right there. I don't know if you can see it right there at the back. And you have the other one for the seat belt buckle. And I'm going to guess the airbag for the seat is going to be this one. We're going to find out, actually, if I unplug these. Let me see if I can. The 2 pins, and the only way for me to tell is going to be if I... Hold on a second. Okay, so this is really strange, because there is no shunt on this plug. As you can see in there, I don't know if you can see it. Right there inside the plug. Okay, see, there is no shunt on those pins. You see, the pins are just free. Usually it should have a shunt. I'm not going to say it always going to have. On this side, sorry, let me show you as well, there is no shunt on the other plug as well, as you can see there. Okay, so it looks like they are now using shunts here. This is the only plug coming from the car itself, so I don't know which. I'm feeling this is going to be the airbag. Don't know why, but there's only one way to tell. As you can imagine, we're going to do it. There we go. That's my airbag. Now we have an airbag light. And if I come here now on the tool, let me see. I haven't done it yet, but we're going to do it. Escape. So if we do read codes again, we should have a permanent code now. There we go. Left airbag deployment control. There we go. So this just shows me exactly what I wanted, which is most likely this plug was my problem. So we're gonna dismantle this plug completely, I'm guessing, and clean everything properly, and then put it all back together. And here we are, guys, ready to start to do some work. So removed this plug out. From there, just need to pull this little tab here backwards, and then you slide this down and it comes off. To remove the pin, you need to take this little cover first to expose these little tabs right at the back. You're gonna see in there is, so those tabs, so you need to pull those tabs up. Once you pull that tab up, that releases the pin, and you pull the pin back and the pin comes off. Now here I have pictures taken with my phone, my other phone, but this should be enough to show you. So you can see, I can't put it too close because otherwise it's gonna lose focus, but can you see that shiny part nearly at the end of the pin? So that was the bit that was making contact. The rest, it does have some sort of, it's not really corrosion, but it is sort of corrosion that starts to happen on top of the metal. You will see definitely the difference once everything is cleaned. And on the other side is the same thing. There we go. You can see in there a little bit of shiny metal. So I'm guessing when I was here just moving this, because I was here with my hands underneath while this seat was on place, just pull these back and forth. So as I move that, the pin has moved a tiny bit inside of this, and that was enough to obviously stabilize the connection. And I never seen that those homes changing. But as I said, it was changing on this side, and it was definitely changing on that side quite a lot. This side is the same thing. You have this cap you need to remove. Once you remove this, there is a tiny tab right at the back of the pin as well. You can't really see in this case, but right at the back of the pin, right at the back, there's a little tab. You can actually see it kind of. So you pull that up and you pull the pin out. These ones, so the pin itself, the male side, I'm gonna actually clean this with these diamond files. So just scrubbing it out like that and clean it. This side I'm using this needle file. Okay, just put it inside the pin and clean it. Once it's clean, I'm going to use contact cleaner spray to clean this, which I don't have it here yet. And then obviously we're going to use a tiny bit of dielectric grease to prevent this from happening again. Once we have this side done, we're going to do the other side. Okay, so here it is, the first one after cleaned, and I'm sure you can see the difference. You see, all shiny. So that's how it should look like. So this is going to make a perfect connection. So yeah, so I'm not going to waste more time now. I'm going to get this one done and put the seat back together, and then, or back in place. Then we'll do the other side, and obviously I'll show you the other side just as curiosity, but it's going to be the same principle. Okay, and just to make sure before we put the seat back together, so this is the plug, there it is. So if I unplug it, I get 65 ohms. If I put it back in, 2.4, and as you can see, when I move the plug, it stays steady at 2.4. So that's it, really happy with it. And now, yes, let's gonna put everything back on and move into the other seat. Okay, driver side, and wow, an old £1 coin. Hey, right, that's gonna put this in there. Right, so what we're gonna do now is on this side. Actually, on this side is really strange because this is really stretched here. It shouldn't be really, but anyway, let's gonna unplug this side. Oh, come on. Oh, Okay, so unplug this side. Now when I scan the codes, this should go to intermittent and this should go to permanent. Just make sure is the 28 to make sure this is the circuit we were having this fault with. There we go, 28, now it's permanent. That one go. Okay, so it was on both sides was the same circuit that was causing the issue, which was this circuit here. So let's gonna do exactly the same as we did on the other side. Clean everything, put everything back together, and hopefully wrap up this video. Ooh, okay, let me see if I can show you this. It's difficult to see because the camera is probably not gonna focus properly unless I could macro photo this, but this phone can't just do it. But can you see there how tiny was the place where the contact was being made? Just a tiny bit in there. And same for the rear of the pin. Come on, focus in there. Why don't you focus, you? And like that, maybe. Is it gonna focus now? There we go. You see that tiny bit in there? That was where the contact was being made. The rest of the pin is sort of, look at that, see? It's sort of corroded. It even looks like there is sort of, it's not burned. Don't think it is, but yeah, you can see in there. And then on the yellow, similar thing. There we go. Right, so let's gonna clean everything, as I said, and then wrap up this video. Okay, so this is back in place. I just put a cable tie here to hold these in place. I didn't like too much the way this was, the tension that was put into this plug, although it could be because the seat is up, but just to make sure, we'll just put it like that, so this is nice and cozy. So yeah, that's just one more thing. Okay, all done. Nah, that's better. And now we're gonna just confirm that we have a fix. Let me put this back. Right, let's actually start this thing because I've been here on and off with the ignition on and off. So let's start it up. Okay, the airbag light should go off because there is no codes there now. I mean, they are, but they're gonna be intermittent. There we go. Okay, so this is actually probably too much light. So if I read the codes, everything's going to go to intermittent. There we go. Now we're going to erase this. It's not off, but doesn't really matter. Read the codes. No codes. How much is on 5? On 5, 2.4 ohms. There it is. And then the other one was 6, 2.6 ohms. So I'm quite convinced, guys, that this is indeed a fix. So we're going to come out of this. Doesn't really matter, it's all done. So let me actually close this a little bit like that. There it is. So no airbag lights. And I was to wrap up the video now, but the owner is literally here to pick up the car. So I'm going to quickly just tidy things up and give him the car back. And I will wrap up this video in a second because there's a couple things I would like to let you know before we finish this. Okay guys, and the car is gone. And the only thing I want to say is that first of all, I'm pretty much 100% sure that that was the issue. As you have seen, when we unplugged, no new codes came back. Only the codes that were there changed from intermittent to permanent. So definitely was that the circuit that was giving the issues. I feel really bad because I didn't record when the resistances were changing as I was moving, or the resistance on each side of that circuit was changing as I was moving the seats back and forwards. Silly me, I should have recorded it. I don't know why I thought to go and touch those plugs before I recorded it, but unfortunately I didn't. But 100% sure that was the circuits that were at fault. Nevertheless, guys, at the moment my videos have about 13 months delay, so this video will come out somewhere end of 2024, beginning of 2025. Today is the 25th of November 2023, so 13 months will be around end of December, beginning of January 2025. So but I'm very convinced that this is the problem and has been sorted. We cleaned the plugs, put some dielectric grease, everything nice and tight, and I have no reasons to believe that the codes will come back. So if it does come back in the meantime, I will keep these clips. I will keep these clips and I will just edit the video somehow. If you are watching this video as it is, then that means, guys, at least for 13 months the problem didn't come back, but I'm pretty much sure that that was the issue and we fixed it. And with no further ado, I do really hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. If you do still have any questions or any comments, you know exactly how it works, guys, just put them below. And like always, thanks for watching.